Hello everybody, welcome back into Jar's Toy Emporium. My name is Jacob, and today we are going to be going back on one of our old traditional videos that we used to do a whole lot here on the channel, and that is a traditional Funko Pop hunt. So we are going to be heading out to Target here in just a few minutes because there are a few Funko Pops that are supposedly in store that I've been wanting to pick up for my collection. One is the Imperial Range Trooper from Star Wars The Andor show that just recently finished up. Absolutely love the show, and I love collecting all of the Star Wars Trooper figures, so obviously got to go pick up that one. And then one is from one of my favorite shows that I've watched in quite some time. It was a big surprise to me, but Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the Disney Plus animated series, absolutely loved it. We actually have a Funko Pop of him with his mask off, but still in the spider suit outfit. I love picking up those Spider-Man Funko Pops. I think they look so cool. Always like to have them without their mask on. I just think it's a neat little thing to have. So those are the two pops I'm on the hunt for, but as you guys know with Funko Pop Hunt, you really never know what you're going to come across, and you might end up with some things that you didn't quite expect to get. So without further ado, let's head over to Target and see what we can find. And here we are at Target. Let's see if we can find some Funko Pops. Before I left here, I knew I needed to check out the card section because I've been looking for some of the new Marvel Topps Chrome cards. Unfortunately, after looking through here, I didn't see any, but they did have some of these Star Wars Unlimited cards, which I thought were pretty cool. And then they also actually had some of the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering cards, which you don't really see those a lot, so it's kind of cool to see them in stock somewhere. But other than that, just lots of sports cards. They did have some good selection of that stuff if that's something that you do collect, but I was really hoping to find some of those Marvel Topps Chrome, but unfortunately we did not come across any today. Now, I did have to switch over to a voiceover while we got over to the collector spot because the music over here was absolutely blaring. But they did have the new Superman Target exclusive. They actually had the Spider-Man symbiote suit, which is one I've been wanting to pick up for a while, but I couldn't happen to find the two Funko Pops. I was looking for the Range Trooper and the Spider-Man. Now, one thing I will say, if you do happen to go to Target and you don't see the Pops that they say they have online, definitely ask an associate because a lot of the time they just haven't pulled them out from the back. So I'm going to have to find one here and see if we can find what we're looking for, but nonetheless, they did still have some really cool Pops here, just not quite what I was looking for today. I did have to, you know me, check the Lego spot out and see if they had any of those killer deals. What I did find was actually Jango Fett's Starship actually on sale a little early. This shouldn't be out yet. I don't think this is supposed to release till August 1st, but still cool to see already out on display, ready to be purchased. They had some of the new helmets, which I'm still needing to pick up, the Jango Fett helmet, the AT-AT helmet, and that Star Wars logo, because I actually think that is a really cool build. Other than that, though, not really any good sales going on. Everything was just discounted a little bit. They did have the Bark Speeder on sale a little bit, discounted for like 30% off, but I've been seeing some Targets have these for like $16. Unfortunately, this one didn't, and there wasn't really anything that really caught my eye here other than the stuff that you guys are seeing here. Definitely going to pick this U-Wing up at some point, but yeah, nothing too crazy here in the Lego section, but I do like this chopper, and again, it's another one that I'm going to have to pick up at some point. Alrighty guys, we are back from Target, and as you guys saw, that Funko Pop section had a ton of stuff, but they didn't quite have what I was looking for, so I did find one of the associates at the store, and we did get lucky with one of the Pops that I was looking for, which is the Imperial Range Trooper from Andor, the Star Wars show, and I gotta say, I'm very happy that they had this one. I was a little sad that they didn't have the other Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Pop, especially since it said on the app that it was in stock there. I don't think he was able to find it in the back room, but at least he looked, and he did find this one in the back room. So this is the Imperial Range Trooper from Star Wars Andor. Overall, not only do I like this Pop just because it's a Star Wars Pop, but as I said earlier on in the intro to this video, I just love all of the troopers. This one has a lot of great detail. You can see he's kind of like, almost looks like he has a snow outfit on, which I think is kind of cool. Looks like something to stay warm, but I love the rocket launcher, which is something we haven't always gotten with Star Wars Funko Pops. I think this is a very cool addition to this one. Now, I thought this one was one of the Funko Pop Pluses, but it turns out it's just one of the regular Funko Pops. And if you guys aren't familiar, the Funko Pop Pluses are like the more detailed version of Funko Pops that they charge a premium for. You know how these toy companies like to do us. But overall, this one is really cool. This one is exclusive to Target, so it does have one of the new Funko stickers on here, which I'm still a little upset about. I think these stickers look very nice, but I really like the old ones that showed like from Target. I actually have a couple right here. These are the original only at Target stickers, and I thought those were a lot cooler because it differentiated those exclusives from the other exclusives. You knew exactly what store you got them from. These new ones are cool because they have the QR code. All that stuff's fine and dandy. I wish they could have just kept these, but maybe added a QR code to the end of the sticker or something like that. Overall, though, I think this is a very cool Pop, but we are going to have to head back to Target in the next few days and hopefully find that Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man pop that I wasn't able to get today. Well, guys, that is going to do it for this video. I know it was a little bit of a shorter one, but I did want to take you guys along on my little run to Target, see if we could get lucky and find some of the Funko Pops we were looking for, and we did get lucky with one of them, but that's the part of the fun, is the hunt. So I'm excited to head back out in a few days. Hopefully we can find that Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man pop. I think that'll be really cool to display for you guys as well. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know down in the comment section below what Funko Pops you guys are excited for. I gotta say, Funko has kind of for a little while now, I started to fall off a little bit. I wasn't liking the direction the company was going. It felt like it was never really worth buying a new pop, because if you waited a few months, it was probably going to go on sale because of how overproduced everything was getting. I will say in the last month or so, with the increased amount of limited piece drops that we've had, I think that's been really cool. You know, one in particular that I'm thinking about is the Uncanny Spider-Man that just came out. That was limited to 9,500 pieces, which is still a very large number, and it still makes it, you know, attainable, but it's not so overproduced that you're just going to be able to go to any Hot Topic and find it. And as a collector, for me, that's really exciting. And I understand that there's a lot of people that don't like that aspect of it. They don't like the idea of, you know, missing out on something because someone else, you know, didn't have to go to work the day that they put them out in the store or something like that. I understand all those aspects of it, the scalping, the stuff like that that happens. But for me personally, that's kind of what makes collecting fun, right? Is I might not be able to get all of the pieces that I want, but it is part of the hunt. It's something I can work towards. It's something I can save up for. I can sell some stuff. I can trade some stuff. And ultimately, it is just, you know, grooming my collection to be what I view as a perfect collection. And, you know, everyone's idea of a perfect collection is different because everyone collects different things. But overall, I'm really excited about the direction Funko is heading. So this was exciting for me to have a new, just generic Funko Pop drop. It was a Target exclusive, but one that I was actually excited to go to the store for. But I hope they do continue with these limited piece drops. I think it's really fun. It adds a new element of collecting back into the Funko game that I think's been missing for a while. And for me personally, I think it's a huge step in the right direction. But again, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, keep an eye out on the channel this week. We do have a couple of box of funds that we're going to be opening up. I know we're really late to the party. I've had them sitting in this box literally at my feet for, I think, 2 weeks now. I forget how long it's been since they released, but I ordered them, you know, right when they dropped like everybody else did, and I just haven't gotten around to opening up. So if that's something you guys are interested in, make sure to turn that notification bell on so you don't miss that video, but you don't want to miss any of the other great stuff we have going on here as well, because we're about to try to take this channel to another limit, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.